people, in Love, Fate, Marriage and Divorce Season 3, after the ghost fever, now the pregnancy fever is on. After watching episode 12's preview, many of my subscribers think that Amy is pregnant and so do I. I have made a video on episode 12's preview and spoilers. You can check the link to that in description box below. Some think that Piyoung is pregnant and some think that maybe Gabin is pregnant, and I wonder what if writer Nim makes Boharang pregnant so that she will be left with no option but to stay with her husband Sahyun for the rest of her life. And in today's video, we are going to see the possibilities of Amy and Sapyeong's pregnancy and how their pregnancies will add twist to the plot and change the equations between the relationships. Let's begin! If Sapyeong gets pregnant with Dongma's child, then it's good for her cause Shin won't bother her anymore, and also family members will be happy for her and her upcoming child. And if she births a baby girl, then sure Mr. So and Dongma will think that Mrs. So is reborn, just like it happens in typical 100 plus episodic K-dramas. It will also fulfill the wish of little Jia to have a younger sibling. If she really gets pregnant, then I must say that the writer has given us lots of hints way back in season 2. Dongma proposed to Gabin for marriage and planned their wedding the next month and a baby by next year considering her age. And he did the same to Sapyeong too because she is also of same age as that of Gabin. They both are 41. He proposed her for marriage and then after their first intimate night he told her who knows, he might become a daddy by next year. And there are also hints in season 3 as well. When he shopped with Gabin for their wedding, she asked him if she should sell the other house she owns in order to buy a grand wedding gift. He told her not to and said the best wedding gift they could give to his parents is a grandchild. And not to forget, Dongma's father rejected Leesaboo, Gabin and Sapyeong mainly because of their age, as it will be difficult for them to give birth to a child at their age. And that's how much he and his parents want to hold a child of Dongma. So all these things point towards a hint that Dongma might have a child by the end of this series. And the second thing, what if Amy gets pregnant? Well, it's good for both Amy and Piyoung cause Shin will lose the chance to open his mouth in front of his ex-wife Sapyeong about her marriage with a younger guy Dongma, of whom he's very much jealous of, and a chance to ask her back into his life. Amy will anyway share this good news with Piyoung, so Shin can't even hide this fact from Piyoung to poke his nose into her personal life and upcoming marriage. This will also open his karma account as he will be left with no choice but to marry Amy, who is dying to legally have him all for herself while he doesn't like her or love her. It will be his karma that he will see his ex-wife happily getting married to Dongma while he marrying Amy out of responsibility alone and not out of love. After the marriage with Amy, his real karma will start. He will be the one taking care of her, unlike with Sapyeong who took care of him. Amy neither cooks nor irons his clothes and freezes them for him like Sapyeong used to do. Sapyeong made sure to cook good and healthy food for him. She took care of his daily nutrients and served him everything with a pretty smile on her face. He will not get any of these treatments from Amy. Forget about receiving the treatments from her. In fact, he would be the person who will be giving her all these kinds of treatments once they get married. And of course, if she's pregnant, she will throw more tantrums too. Unlike Sapyeong, who gave him a home where he can come back and feel like heaven, relax and chill, with Amy being at his house, he will come back home only to listen to her rant, sulking, complaints and whatnot. To be honest, if he gets married to Amy, his mental peace and health will be a havoc. He's marrying Amy. Amy herself is a baby who needs lot of care, attention and etc. It will be tough for him to take care of her. And now she's also going to give him another baby, like he has to take care of two babies. While when he was with his wife and daughter, Those two took care of him like as if he was a baby. Such a twist of fate for Shin Yushin, all thanks to his greed and lust. Shin Yushin doesn't realize Piyoung's loss cause he has Amy with whom he shares romantic stuff etc. and Dongmi who takes care of his food and health. If Dongmi leaves Shin Yushin for any reason, I'm sure Shin Yushin will age within few months all thanks to Amy being in his life and at his home. Amy doesn't realize that she marrying Shin doesn't only open his karma account but also hers. You might ask me how is it Amy's karma to marry Shin Yushin because she loves him? Well, marrying a guy who doesn't love her is a karma. Though you give lots of love, you expect some sort of love in return, right? And that sort of love she will never get from Shin Yushin because he don't know the L of love. It's a better karma for her than she marrying Sahyun as it was shown in cliffhanger of episode 16 season 2. Because Sahyun is much younger, rich and handsome than Shin Yushin. On top, he is a person who knows to give something in return of whatever he receives, unlike Shin Yushin where everything is incoming and zero outgoing. Shin Yushin has a 13-year-old daughter, but Sahyun has a 100-days-old Jongbin, whom Amy cherishes a lot and promised to take care of him and give him lots of love because he is the son of her late fellow mistress Songwin. Unlike Shin Yushin's stepmom Dongmi, who doesn't like Amy, Sahyun's parents like her. So if she gets married to Sahyun, she will lead a very happy life and a comfortable life with him and taking care of Jongbin. So it will be a boon right for her compared to she marrying Shin Yushin and then living a loveless and a lifeless marriage. So it will be her karma if she marries Shin Yushin. And to add more to it, let me tell you some more things. Apart from giving her a rich and a luxurious and a comfortable life, what more Shin Yushin can do to her and what's more good about him? He doesn't love her, he doesn't want to take care of her. On top, he is 16 years older to her, a divorcee with a middle school daughter. He cheated on his devoted wife with her and has romantic feelings towards his stepmom. And this makes him unreliable as a man and as a partner. If Shin Yushin can cheat on his wife Sapyong, whom he dated for 7 years and happily married to her for 13 years with a young cute little daughter, despite of having no complaints about Sapyong with Amy, cause Amy is young and he was curious about her, he can also cheat on Amy too, whose imperfections are so many comparing to how perfect wife was Sapyong. Since you guys have come this far, I'm going to give you a bonus. What if Amy and Piyoung are both pregnant? Well, this would be an amazing twist where Shin Yushin will be blocked from both the sides to be nosy in Piyoung's matters and can't escape from Amy. What do you think? When Amy will get to know that she's pregnant with Shin Yushin's child, will she leave him alone? Definitely not. First thing, she will share this news with Sapyong. And second thing, she will share this with every other person she know and saw. And then she will make sure to make both the ends of earth meet in order to get married to Shin Yushin, her sugar daddy. And now let's go to bonus 2. One of my subscribers was saying Amy, Sapyong and Dongmi getting pregnant all together. Well, I won't mind this since this drama anyways turned into a kind of ghost comedy and etc. Why not make it into a rom-com too? Dongmi getting pregnant and having a child at the age of 60? Wow, it would be hella interesting and fun to watch. Dongmi anyways acting like a funny kind of woman and her conversation with Park Hae-dun seemed comedic too. The two drunk souls talking so casually about family, marriage, love, divorce and whatnot so happily and cherished each other's presence. Dongmi never had a child as she never wanted to have one because she never loved Shin Yushin's father Shin Kirim and she only married him for the sake of his money, and also the fact that she lusted on her stepson Shin Yushin, whom she raised ever since he was 7 years old. So she couldn't afford making a baby, which shares the same father's blood as that of Shin Yoshin's. And with Park, she can have one with no issues. On top, it will fulfill her wish of being touched by a younger guy before she dies. And maybe the writer making her pray to Jesus, telling him that she deserves to be touched by a younger guy and she wants that to happen, is a hint for us that if not Shin Yushin, she will be touched by a younger guy in future, and maybe that guy is Park Hae-roon. Park will be happy as well too, as he always wanted to have a child with Gabin. In fact, he planned to have a baby before their first wedding anniversary. Though it wasn't possible with her, he still has his chance, and now he can have one with Dongmi. And not gonna lie, he was so happy seeing the beautiful, pretty, and young looking Dongmi, who is 9 years older to him, than he was happy seeing 10 years younger and beautiful Gabin. But I don't think so. The writer will do this pregnancy thing with Dongmi, though she may end up Park Hae-roon and Dongmi as a couple. To be honest, I don't want her to end up with Park Hae-roon as well, because that will not be her karma. She's not only a mistress like Songwon or Mrs. So or Amy or Nam Gabin, she's also a murderer of her husband, and she has lust on her stepson. And not to forget how she drugged Sa Piyoung so that she could have a night with her stepson. See, the sins she committed are much worse than anyone else did. So she deserves the worst karma that's coming on her way. Even if Sapyong and Dongmi doesn't get pregnant and Amy alone is pregnant, it will still be interesting to watch Shin Yushin's reaction when Dongmi decides to marry Park Hae-roon. It would be really interesting to see Shin Yushin losing his first love to his fellow cheater husband Park Hae-roon and his ex-wife Sapyong to younger guy Dongma, of whom he is very much jealous of, and then him staying with Amy because she got pregnant and he has no option but to marry her. And I also have thought, what if Amy is not pregnant and she's anyways thinking that maybe she chose a wrong man because he's caring more about his ex-wife and then his first love Dongmi. And if Bo Hae-rong kicks out Sa-hyun after coming back to her senses, Amy might get to marry Sa-hyun just like it was shown in season 2 episode 16. Then he not only loses his first love to Park Hae-roon and his second love and ex-wife to Sapyong, he will also lose his young mistress Amy to another fellow cheater Sa-hyun. To be honest, I feel this is the best karma for Shin Yushin because he always wanted women to be up over him and take care of him and etc. stuff. He never cared for their love and affection and their feelings. But if he stays alone, then Amy might get married to Sa-hyun, then that would not be her karma. So for them to have karma, though she's pregnant or not, they should end up getting married together so that they could live a loveless life. And it would be better too if Amy will realize her mistakes and she will stay single and focus on her future without marrying Sa-hyun. And Shin Yushin to rot alone, having no Sapyong, no Dongmi, no Amy in his life. This would be a better ending too. So that's it with today's video. What do you think? Who will be pregnant? Amy, Sapyong, or both? Do let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. See you in the next video. Until then, tata, bye bye, take care.